Got a beautiful spring morning here. The birds are chirping very loudly in a wonderful way. And we've been going at it full force trying to get orders shipped out. In this video, I wanted to share a quick update about our shipping process, give you a behind the scenes of how things are laid out this spring season, and then give a reminder of another nursery that still has some plant stock available that is an amazing nursery. We'll talk about them in a minute. And then finally share a new nursery to us that was a really sweet surprise. We just got some plant material and some seeds from them and want to let you know about them. The first bit is for those of you that have ordered and are waiting for plants to be shipped, especially for those of you in warmer states where everything is growing as fast as it can right now. It's the same things happening here, so we are moving as fast as we can. We did about 50 orders yesterday. We're going to try to do the same today. You can see all of our woody perennial plants are healed in these nice common beds of really deep compost. They got a lot of natural rain last night to mellow them and keep them relaxed. Got little pockets of friends all over the place, and here we pull them as we need them to assemble orders. We don't have coolers, or we don't have kind of like nice or infrastructure to hold these plants in a different way. So they're waking up pretty actively, so we're trying to follow their lead and get them to their homes as soon as we can. It's kind of a simple system in a way, and as soon as all these plants are lifted and moved along, we'll be able to swap them right out with some kale and lettuce and parsley and enjoy the fertility in the wake of them having been here. We had a bunch of trees that were healed in this bed, and now that they're gone, we've got claytonia and some sea kale and perennial kale and some lettuces. So it's a sweet transition. Plants, super long-lived, hardy, perennial woody plants healed into a bed, and then the moment they're out, back to annuals. Kind of an ironic twist, but that's the successional pulse game of being a perennial plant nursery and growing food for ourselves and our community while we're at it. They all get to hang out and swap roles. The cuttings that we're sending to folks are tucked into a nice softwood sawdust on the north side of a high tunnel, so they're buffered from extreme cold, but they also don't get direct sunlight. So it's a really nice sweet microclimate to keep them a little dormant. And you can see we've got some really beautiful, healthy willow cuttings all through here. Tons of different black currants and red currants. So if you're receiving cuttings from us, you can tell, or you can hopefully sense, that we're trying our best to hold them in as thoughtful of a way as possible while they're waiting to get to you. Some of them are waking up a little bit, but they'll still root beautifully. The European elders, they start leafing out really early in our area. But yeah, we've got our cuttings processed so we can assemble those orders as quickly as possible and send them along. A little 12-volt bilge pump in that one pond and a battery allows us to lift water to bring it over to a sled, which, since it's not snow season, it's a great soaking season for that sled. And we're trying to be a little bit more ergonomic and bring things up with milk crates and onto tables so we can wash roots, we can process the comfrey, the miscanthus, and the like, and then have a working surface that is a little bit more comfortable for ourselves and those folks that are working with us. Last night I went out and dug some more sea kale, so I'll be processing those roots today on a nice stainless steel table. We found a farm that was, the folks were retiring, so I went and got a few truckloads of some of their farm equipment, like the stainless steel tables, some folding tables, their crates, and all that has been a lovely upgrade and allowed us to move through orders a little bit faster. Bundle flower, little sorrels, we got to go dig some more horseradish today, and then backup crates of all sorts of plants. It looks like a mess, it's kind of a wild scene, but you can see in each of these crates are processed bare root plants ready to go, with mountains of burlap right nearby for the reality of our spring wild weather. We get 25 degrees in a few nights, and so we'll bury them in burlap then. Anyway, that's our setup in the morning before everyone's here working. If there's interest, let us know. We can do a more deep dive video about how our shipping system has evolved over time. So if you're waiting for your plants from us, know that we have it front and center in our minds. We're working as fast as we can to get those plants local folks. We're going to plan to do a flash bare root sale in the next few days. I'll make a video about that because next week it starts to get really warm, and so the plants need to find homes. If you were hoping to order from us this spring in the tiny little sliver of a window that we had open, which I'm very sorry about, it's just the reality of our limitations. If you weren't able to get in and find plants, so I've got some amazing news right here for you. Our dear friend Eric at Black Creek Farm and Nursery. I've talked about them a bunch of times. I'm going to link to their website down in the description. They have a beautiful selection of really thoughtfully, ethically grown perennial permaculture plants. And I was just talking with him. He still has plants available for sale for shipping in the US, so head over and check them out. I would just be thrilled to know that you're supporting them. We'll keep growing plants, and you can always come back to us later on. And don't ever feel like if you order from other people, we know that it's a sad thing for us. We just want everyone in this small little industry to be thriving. This brings me to the last part of this video, which is a new to us nursery. These are some wonderful folks who just reached out recently. They wanted to do a trade for our Miyoga ginger, and I said, sure, that sounds lovely. And they sent along this really rad package. Beautiful hand drawings, information about gathering, and really like neat feel to it. Hand drawing, hand note, really nice seeds in good packaging. Very thoughtful. Blackbirdhollow.ca. 100%, if you're up in Canada, it seems like a great company to know about. I don't know how much they're doing shipping to the US, but you can always ask them. And not only are they doing seeds and I think some plants, although I'm not sure if that's a big part of their business yet, but they have all sorts of medicines and really wonderful stuff. It had a nice feel. It was a nice surprise, like a present to get this in the mail. So if you have occasion, check them out and support them. So many rad small nurseries trying to do good work in this world. And thank you folks for sending this along. I'll be getting your Miyoga out to you pretty soon. We're backlogged on shipping, but we're looking forward to sending that your way, and thanks for the package. We'll try to be done with shipping within a week or so, and we're keeping the plants as dormant as possible, as hydrated and relaxed as possible, so you don't have to worry about them being under stress. In fact, even though the sun's not on it, we'll cover that sea kale while I'm saying that. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out. If you're local, feel free to give a holler and let us know what you're looking for, or keep an eye out for more information about some local sales coming up. And maybe by then we'll have that blanket folded away and those old pair of shoes. Just